Hi guys, so we're just going to continue on with the topic of statistics that we were doing with your five-figure summaries and so on, but we'll do our starter first, just as normal. If you've not given it a bash, please do so already. Again, here's another two questions that are both from our top 10 of our National 5, so the more often we do them, the easier they will become. So here we've got a picture, it's 30 centimetres high and has an area of 360 centimetres squared. Another print of the same picture is 15 centimetres high. What is its area? So here we've got another similar shapes question that we did last time. So our length scale factor is new over old. Because we're looking for the one that's 15 centimetres high, it's going to be 15 over 30 is the height of the other one. And if we simplify that, 1 over 2. So then we'll have the area equals, and we've got our length scale factor, which is 1 over 2. Because we're looking for an area, we want to square that and then times by 360. And then we should get 90 centimetres squared as our final answer. Number 2, we've not done one of these in a wee while. We want to simplify our algebraic fractions here. Now, there's an A, there's an A, there's an A. We just score them all out. Can we really? No, we cannot. We want to use our rules of factorising. So if we want to simplify an algebraic fraction, we need to have a look at the numerator and the denominator, i.e. the top and the bottom, and factorise them separately. So if we have a look at the top, we've got a squared plus 2a. And remember the rules of factorising. The first thing we want to check is a common factor. Here they both have an 8, so we can take that out. So it'll be a times a gives me a squared, and then a times 2 will give me 2a. So that's the top down. Then we have a look at the bottom. We've got 5a plus 10. First thing again, we're going to check, have we got a common factor? We do, it's 5. So then 5 times a and then 5 times 2 will give us 10. So if we substitute them back in, we're going to have a bracket a plus 2 all divided by 5 bracket a plus 2. And then because this bracket is identical, because they're now factors, we can cross it out. So our final answer is just going to be a over 5. Job done. We're just going to continue on. We've gone through these already, but we're actually going on to our next part of having a look at a box plot. Now, when it comes to the actual final exam, do I think we're going to be asked about a box plot? No, but do I think we need to have the knowledge and understanding of what a box plot is or the data that it represents? Yes, I do. So this part I need us to copy down. Now, this is just an example here. So we've got a box plot, so a standardized way of displaying the distribution of data based on a 5-figure summary. So that's our part we've been doing already. So the parts of the box plot are shown below. So minimum, or our lowest, as we've been calling it. And then this is our Q1. This line represents this first line of the box. We've got another line in the middle which represents our median. And we've got our Q3 here, which represents the end of the box. And then we've got the highest. Now notice here at the top, it's already showing you this box here is a picture representation of our interquartile range. That's the whole point of a box plot, to show us how spread out everything is. We can see it on a diagram. Now this part here down the bottom is important. Note, there must be an even scale underneath your box plot. Now if you're using a jotter that's got, or still using our jotters, it's got squares, it's going to be much easier for you. If you don't, try and put in some lines like I've done here, just so that I can represent it. Now I've only put this one in as an example, but notice every single time, every 2 it's gone up by 10, every 2 it's gone up by 10, so it means each one must be worth 5. Now the scale doesn't matter, it depends on your question and what numbers you've got. But I think the easiest way of doing this is actually drawing them. If you do not have a ruler, please try and make your lines as straight as possible. I'm going to have to come out of the actual notebook to use the ruler and so on, but please, if you have a ruler, use one. It will make your life much easier. So our first one here is draw a box plot for the set of data below. The first thing that we have to do before we can draw the box plot is work out our 5-figure summary. So we'll put it in order. I've got 19, that's staying there, then 20, 23, 24, and there's 2 of them, 25, 2 26s, and 27. Again, I'm going to take away my scores just so you can see the numbers nice and easy. So how many numbers we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This means there's going to be one exactly in the middle, which is, oh, I just rubbed it out. There we go, is 24. Let's double check. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, then we want to work out our Q1. We've got 4 numbers, so it has to be right in the middle here and split it into 2 and 2. So our Q1 right in between 20 and 23 will be 21.5. And then again here, split it into 2s. So the Q3 is 26. There's nothing else in the middle. Our 19 is our lowest. Our 27 is our highest. Now the way to determine what your scale should be, our lowest is 19, our highest is 27. So if we do 27, take away 19, we are going to get 8, a range of 8. That's not that big, so I'm just going to go up in ones. Okay, now don't start with your exact bottom numbers. Nice to have a wee few numbers before we go, and some numbers afterwards. So I've just drawn a line in, and I'm just going to label what my numbers are. So I'm going to start at 17, 18, 19, 20. Now you'll notice when I'm actually putting in my numbers, I am writing my numbers on the line, not inside the boxes, on the line. It's like when we draw a graph, they have to be on the line so that we have the lines to use as reference, not within the boxes. Keep them on the line as so. Now I'm just going to fill them all in, even though we don't need them all up to 30. Lovely. So as I say, I'm going to come at this so that I can use my straight line ruler. Here we go. That will be fine. Is it working? No. There we go. So our lowest one is 19. So I'm going to put a line at 19. That represents my lowest. Now, in general, our lowest and our highest, I always make the lines a bit longer. There's no rhyme or reason. I personally just think it looks nicer. So I've drawn a line at 19, and I'm going to draw a line at 27. That's my highest. Then we're going to draw a line for Q1, which is 21.5. Now, for me, this makes it a wee bit easier because I've gone gone up in one, so I can just put it right in the middle of that box there. So we've got 21.5. Then my Q2 is 24. So again, I'm just putting a straight line at 24. And then my Q3 is 26. I'm putting a straight line at 26. Now I understand that just now that does not look like anything at all. However, to make it actually finish to be a box plot, draw your box in the middle. You have to join this. Now this is not joined with the end ones, because remember, if we look back, there was a box and then there was lines in the middle joining our outer lines, and that's what we've got to do. So I always put in all my vertical lines first and then all my horizontal lines afterwards, just so that we can go through it. Oh, there we go. So it's a bit of an odd one, but that's our process we've got to take. So every single time, remember what each line represents. So your longer lines is our lowest and highest, and then here our Q1 to our Q3, or our interquartile range, then we've got to do that. And this middle number, or this middle line, is our median. Now I'm going to do one more with you, and then you're going to maybe try it yourself. So it's find a 5-figure sum and draw a box plot for the set of data below. So the first thing you need to do is put them in order. So we've got 2.4 and 2.6, 2.7, that's not changed, 2.8, 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, and 3.5. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers, so we're going to have to go halfway. So right in between 2.8 and 3.1, let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So our Q2, if we add those together and divide it by 2, we'll get 2.95. Then we want to split up this part. So again, we're going to split it up here. We'll have 2 and 2. So Q1 is 2.65, and then here Q3 is 3.25. Now I know these are decimals, but it's just going to be exactly the same. Again, we're looking at between 3.5 and 2.4. So 3.5 take away 2.4 is 1.1. So again, there's not that many, or not that big a range, or not that big a gap. So I'm just going to still go up in 1. So we've got 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, and then all the way up till I'm going to go up to 3.6, 2.7. Now, I've specifically put in boxes so that it's a wee bit easier for me to put in my lines. You don't actually need to write in every single box. I'm just doing so that it's a nice, easy scale for you to read, apart from probably my poor handwriting, which I can apologise for. But make sure it's an even scale. It has to be the same every single time. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my lowest, which is 2.4. And then I'm going to put in my highest, which is 3.5, just straight through my work in there. Excuse me. Then we're going to do 2.65. And then Q2 is 2.95, so right in between 2.9 and 3.0. And then 3.25, which is right in between 3.2 and 3.3. And then we put in our final lines to make it actually look like a box plot. And then there we go. Now it's completely up to you how you want to do it. As I say, I like to do my vertical lines first, just to make my life a wee bit easier, and then join them horizontally. Or you can do it one and then a line to your next line, and so on. It really does not matter at all. The questions that I'm going to get you to do are in your textbook, and there actually is diagrams in your answer book, so you can double check to see if you're right. If you've used a different scale to them, as long as it's even, that's absolutely fine. So you're going to go into page 109 and 110, question 1 to 3. Now, if you're stuck at this part and you're drawing your box plot, can you please send me, when you send an email, send me a photo of it, just so that I can see where you're going right or going wrong. It's a little bit easier for me. Perfect. Thank you.